Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of both joint committees. I'm here to testify on two of my bills, S78 and S238, and I've got a packet to pass out. I'm not sure if it's been passed out. And in the packet, there's several notes regarding minimum wage. I've been a proponent of raising the minimum wage every year, and the Senate back in 2007 and 2011 passed my minimum wage bills to raise the minimum wage and tie it to the Consumer Price Index. By tying it to the Consumer Price Index, we would join 17 other states in allowing the CPI to determine the increase in the minimum wage. And that has been done for many folks here in Rhode Island and across the land. Using Social Security, they use a COLA. COLA is a national barometer, but the CPI is a Consumer Price Index which is determined by the federal government, and it's a regionalized barometer. And in your packet, you have this sheet right here, which is from the Department of Bureau of Labor Statistics. They do our homework for us. They determine the price of goods, services, energy, and this is one of the best tools that we could ever use to determine raising the minimum wage. And in your packet, there's also this chart right here where from 2007 to 2012, the minimum wage never went up. And that's an embarrassment. For 5 years in a row, we left it at $7.40. But yet, when you look at your other chart that I've included in your packet, you can see that the minimum wage has gone up those years. 2.8%, 3.8%, a decline of 0.4, 1.6, 3.2, and 2.1. But yet we had the tools from the federal government to raise the minimum wage. But what is happening now, the last several years, if you look at the blue line, we're out of control. By raising the minimum wage to $10.50, as the governor has proposed, we have raised the minimum wage to 41.9% since 2013, the last 4 years. We will become, from ranking number 11 in the country at 960, this is the top 25 states, it's in your packet, ladies and gentlemen, we will become 1050, the fourth highest in the country, fourth highest. What makes a lot of sense is on my Senate Commission Bill 238 and my other bill, Senate Bill 78, is raise the minimum wage this coming January to $10 an hour. That's an increase of 4.5%. Last year, we did not have a minimum wage increase. We raised the minimum wage last January 2016, which went from $9 to $9.60. And my proposal is add the CPI that we did not raise the minimum wage, and add an additional double increase to $10 an hour. How fair can you be? Again, the question is, as a small business owner for 38 years, we suffer. Now, my reason of having a study commission is we should study also the minimum wage. Should we apply minimum wage increases to big box stores like McDonald's, Burger King, Walmart, those that can afford to pay the minimum wage? But when you have a small operator, a mom and pop store with 1 or 2 or 3 employees, what do? You suffer. And by raising the minimum wage at 42% in just 4 years is a very steep increase. And again, going back to the study commission, we should definitely study this issue, pass the resolution, study it this coming fall, and come out with a minimum wage that's going to fit Rhode Island. You're going to hear some arguments this afternoon that we should join Massachusetts at $11 an hour. Well, Massachusetts ranked 23rd in the business climate. Well, why don't we join Connecticut? Connecticut is ranked number 44. We're 45 and doing business. and they're at $10.10 an hour. So what I've done, my proposal at $10 an hour is a good proposal. It's a 40-cent increase, and we allow businesses to get ready by raising it this coming January. And my bill also, going back to the CPI from the federal government, they come out with these figures every March. And every March, we're going to know what the CPI is in the state of Rhode Island. And we automatically pass a law that when this figure comes out in March, businesses have 9 months to get ready for the minimum wage. And we just take it out of our hands. We take it out of the political arena, and we put it in the actual facts and figures. And this is how you allow, ladies and gentlemen, the minimum wage to go up every single year, a fair minimum wage that applies to the factors of the surrounding region of the state of Rhode Island, and not hearsay of feel-good numbers of $11 an hour. And I also, Mr. Chairman, also opposed to raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour in 4 or 5 years from now, because again, it's a pie-in-the-sky number. I don't think anybody in this committee or anybody in this General Assembly can just tell me, how do you figure out the minimum wage without using facts and figures that are given it to us by the Department of Labor. And so on a closing note, I hope seriously you look at both these bills. Raise the minimum wage in one instance to $10 an hour, and also pass the resolution where we will study this coming fall, being off an election year, and come back next year and finally adopt a minimum wage bill that's going to support working families here in Rhode Island and also be fair to the small businesses here in this state that make up the backbone of our communities. Thank you.